What up YouTube, Mike DJAXCESS here. Welcome back to the channel where we aim to build a better DJ community together. Today I am here with the Pioneer SR2. It's a $700 controller that's actually discontinued, but I started a video where I actually made a whole guide on how I rate my DJ gear. So in the first few reviews, I did controllers and setups that were, $2,000, $3,000, really high quality professional gear. Well, what happens when you get down into the 700 range? Does the scale that I made still make sense? And, is it going to be a crazy score? So that's what we're looking to find out today. And if you like content like this, make sure you like and subscribe and comment the next piece of gear that you want me to try and review in the comments. I am also a DJ gearhead, which means I'm making videos to help you find your next DJ purchase. So there should be a link in the description if you want to find DJ gear at a low discount rate, and make sure you get the help and guide on which gear I would recommend. Make sure you check out that link. So the first two questions whenever I review product is, who is this for and why might you buy it? Well, for me, it was a very good backup system. It's very small, has a nice little flight case to it. So I've actually brought this to Boston with me when I had to perform, and the DJ that I booked didn't have a Serato controller. So I brought this guy with me, and it's still almost a professional mixer. What makes it a professional mixer? Well, it's some of the features like having XLR main outs, having 1/4 inch booth outs, and having combo microphone inputs, at least one and preferably two. I think that's what makes you a professional controller. So this is almost a professional controller because it is missing those combo mic inputs. It has a single 1/4 inch input for the mic on the back. So who is this for? I don't think this is an entry level product. I think this is like the second controller you buy, or once you've had a few controllers, you buy this as a backup controller. So definitely not entry level, more on that second controller that you might buy. Smaller jog wheel, smaller pads, but still with that Pioneer CDJ layout. The nice thing about this, and I'll refer to it later again, but why I bought it is because it's powered by your laptop. So if I was in a situation where I was at a park, or maybe I'm doing a wedding ceremony and I want to bring power everywhere, I could set up my laptop, I could set up this guy, DJ the ceremony. Typically I would run off Spotify, but I could DJ the ceremony or the cocktail hour that I wanted to, and then go back and DJ on my main setup later. Okay, so let's get into the ranking system. If you haven't checked out my video on how I rank these controllers and these DJ setups, I'll leave a link in the description. Otherwise, here we go. So this piece of gear is going to start with 100 points, and the first category is looks, and out of 5 points, I'm going to give this a 3. It loses 1 point because it doesn't have that big platter style look. 2, because it's kind of plasticky. It's not very impressive, but I still think it looks like something you could get busy on, right? Or the 16 pads, it has the jog, it's got a nice little color profile. So I don't think anyone's gonna think you're like super Mr. DJ, whether you are or not. It doesn't matter what you use, but it does matter for the photos and the marketing. That's a whole nother video. So I would give this between a 2 and a 3 out of 5. I'm gonna be generous because it's Pioneer, because people might recognize that name. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 for looks. Build quality, I'm gonna also give it a 3 out of 5. It's definitely not the tippity top, which I think is like the Rain and the Techniques, like those style build qualities. It's kind of plastic. I've had this knob go loose on me, but especially for $700, I think it's the build quality you would expect. So I'm going to give that also a 3 out of 5 for build quality. For essential DJ features, let's break this down. I already mentioned XLR and RCA main outputs. That does have that. Then the next is the 2 combo mic inputs. It only has 1/4 inch. So we're going to dock 4 points because I think this is an essential DJ feature. Those are worth 4 points. We're going to dock 4 points for not having 2 combo mic inputs. It does have a 1/4 inch booth out, which we like. There is no auxiliary in. So it does have RCA ins, but then you'd be taking away the channel from the right or the left deck. So it's going to get docked 4 points for not having an aux in. 16 hot cues, we have that. Pitch bend we do not have. You're completely dependent on the jog wheel, and that's okay, but I do like having pitch bend. Maybe one day I'll move this into a bonus category, but I really like having pitch bend on my unit, so it's gonna get, you know what, we'll dock it 2 points for that. I'm gonna make this a bonus feature for the pitch bend because you technically don't need it once you have good jogs. For loop control, we do have loop control down here with the auto loop, beats, and the in and out. Having access to both is really nice. And then let's see, loop control, we do have beat jump controls are not on here. I'm sure you could remap the pad some way, but you know, there's not a dedicated section for beat jump controls. That's gonna be -4. Filters, we have reverb and echo. Kinda, you have to use the Serato effects. Serato just updated their effects, so they might be a little bit better than they were before. So I'm gonna give reverb and echo 2 points each. Instead of losing 8 points, they're only gonna lose 4 points. Stems, you can map that to the slicer, so this does technically have stems built in. Sync, we have a sync button here. Key sync, we have dedicated key sync and key shift here. I don't use key shift very often, but I do use key sync. That's an essential feature. And then sensor, that's right up here. Love that. IEC power, this does not have. This has its own dedicated input, but it is laptop powered. So I'm still going to dock it a point. I love to have, I don't really want my laptop powering this unit, and I would love to have IEC power. I don't think it makes sense for this size of unit, but I do consider it an essential feature, so maybe I'll tweak that in the future, but for now, -4 points. Stop time, break adjust, we do not have that at all, so we lose 4 points for that. And then a downbeat marker, I don't see, oh, we actually do have that, so that's actually this section right here and right here, and actually you can slide, set, they give you a lot of downbeat and beat grid controls, which I really like. And then the bonus features for this is, I mentioned it before, it is laptop powered, so if you want to bring your laptop and this unit and a battery powered speaker to the park, you could potentially play some music, and that's pretty cool. So laptop powered is great. So let's go and break down all of these. Okay, so I just updated the scoreboard. You can see for looks we gave it a 3 out of 5, meaning it lost 2 points out of that 100. The build quality we also gave a 3 out of 5, which means we lost 2 points out of that 100. Again, for essentials we lost 26 points in the essentials category, and then we got back 2 of those points for a score of 72, which I think is pretty fair. So a $700 unit got us 72, and units that were between 2 and 3,000 were scoring between 90 and 100. I think one of them got 104 because of the bonus point system. So I think the guide or the point total, I think this kind of works. And again, you can adjust, and I talked about it in the other video, you can adjust this to make it work. If you don't have, if there's a feature that's not an essential feature for you, it's more of a bonus feature, you can just move it down. And I think that 4 points for essential features and 2 points for bonus features really makes sense. So what am I going to be replacing this with? I'm going to be replacing this with the Omnis Duo. Why? Because I get a Serato controller, I get a record box or a flash drive controller, which would serve nicely as a backup for me, and it's battery powered. So that hits 3 different types of controllers that I like to have. One that runs record box and Serato. It's really good for backup because I can just always plug in a flash drive and my laptop goes down, but I can use it with Serato preferably. And then also battery powered. I just like having that in my arsenal. This was kind of my battery powered because it ran off the laptop, but to get a dedicated battery powered controller is going to be what I do next. So this will be on sale. If you want to check the description, you'll see an eBay link. If it already sold, you won't see the eBay link. But that's it from me, guys. Mike, DJ Access, signing off. Let me know what you thought about the ranking system, and make sure you like and subscribe, especially if you made it to the end of the video, and comment anything you'd like me to check out next. Peace.